Okay. So this video, will be about how God reveals mysteries. And it will be about how God reveals mysteries to his children. And also, I'm going to be speaking about God's judgment. So in particular, I'm coming out of the book of Daniel. So it says that Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, besieged Jerusalem. It says that the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand with some of the vessels of the house of God. So what happens is, in our terms, Nebuchadnezzar takes over Jerusalem. He overthrows them, he overpowers them, he goes in and takes over them. It's basically, like, not a war, it was basically like an extortion. He just went in, strong-armed them, and took over. And so what Nebuchadnezzar did. Now, first of all, an important point is that Nebuchadnezzar is the king of Babylon. Babylon and the Babylonians are the enemies of God. They are not with Israel. They are not the children of God. That's the important point we need to know. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm getting tongue-tied. An important point we need to know. Okay, so it says that the Lord had gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand with some of the vessels of the house of the Lord. Okay, so Jehoiakim is the king of Judah, so he goes into exile. He goes under the reign of Babylon, and also some of the vessels of the house of the Lord. Okay, I am a vessel of the Lord. So it's basically saying that Jehoiakim and some more of God's children who were vessels of the Lord, who God was using, who God was working through, was taken under Nebuchadnezzar. So it says that Nebuchadnezzar brought them to the land of Shinar, the house of his gods. Alright, so when Nebuchadnezzar took them to the house of his gods, which was his kingdom, he taught them literature and the language of the Chaldeans. Basically, he took them from where they was at and took them to his place of kingdom under his gods to serve his gods, and taught them their language and their literature and basically their way of doing things. Okay. So what happens is Nebuchadnezzar has a dream that scared him to death. It shook him to his core. So what happens is, in Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom, he had magicians, sorcerers, enchanters in his kingdom. That is what he referred to. Like when he needed wisdom, that's who he went to. Or when he needed a dream interpretation, that's who he went to. So what happens is, Nebuchadnezzar has a dream. He doesn't understand the meaning, and he goes and seeks out his musicians, sorcerers, and enchanters. So he has them come to him at his palace, and he asks them to reveal the dream to him that he had. Tell me my dream that I had. If you don't tell me my dream that I had, you will be killed. And I could tell. So Nebuchadnezzar is like, I could tell you stalling and thinking, trying to take your time on telling me this dream. Now, be wise not to lie to me, because from here on out, you lied to me once, I'ma just think that, you quick to lie to me. So basically, his King Babylon's sorcerers enchanters, and musicians was not able to reveal the dream unto him. They told him, they said, King, the request that you are asking, no man basically on the face of the earth who is in the flesh can do such a thing. Nobody has the power to tell you what dream you had. So at this, Nebuchadnezzar is turned up. He is heated. Okay, so he has now placed the order that he wants all the wise men in the kingdom to be killed. Okay, quick, hurry up. Somebody think. They went to go get Daniel. Daniel, this is important. He was not of that kingdom. He was taken from Jerusalem and Judah. He was one of the vessels of the Lord, the living God, that had been taken captive. So everybody knew that Daniel was wise and had been gifted with understanding and with visions and dreams. He had visions and dreams, and he understood them, and he knew how to interpret them, and he knew what they meant. So everybody think quick. Go get Daniel. Because if y'all don't go get Daniel, I'm putting it in our words. If y'all don't go get Daniel, it's off with our head. They're going to kill all of us. Please go get Daniel. So they went to go get Daniel. So when they went to go get Daniel and told Daniel of this matter, Daniel went back to some of his friends. So he told them everything that was going on, and he told his friends to seek the Lord for mercy and for God, to pray to God and ask him to show us this mystery. Pray to the Lord and ask him to reveal this mystery unto us, because if God don't tell us this mystery, it's off with our head. They is gonna kill us. So Daniel and his friends inquire of the Lord. They went into prayer. They didn't try to figure it out on their own. They went right to the source. They went to the Lord. Let me place an important point here. God is all seeing, all knowing, and excuse me, in God there is all knowledge of all. God is the creator of everything. God knows all. God has all wisdom. That's important. So they knew this. As children of God, they knew this. And God is so good, so mighty, so merciful. He revealed the dream and the meaning of the dream to Daniel. Okay, so Daniel goes back and he tells one of the king's friends, he like, hey, you came and got me. I'm putting it in our words. He like, hey, you came and got me about this dream. I now have the interpretation. I'm ready to go before the king, basically. Okay, so they're like, all right, well, they moved him in a hurry. All right, let's go. Let's go, Daniel, let's go. So they take Daniel before the king. So they take Daniel before the king. So let's see. So it says in Daniel chapter 2 verse 26, the king declared to Daniel, whose name was Belshazzar, are you able to make known to me the dream that I have seen and its interpretation? Daniel answered the king and said, no wise men, enchanters, musicians, or astrologers can show to the king the mystery, but the king, can show to the king the mystery that the king has asked. But there is a God in heaven who reveals mysteries. And he has made known to King Nebuchadnezzar what will be in the latter days. Your dream and the visions of your head as you lay in the bed are these. So Daniel proceeds to tell King Nebuchadnezzar the dream that he had. So this is the dream that he had. The head of this image was of fine gold, its chest and its arms of silver, its middle and thighs of bronze, its legs of iron, its feet partly of iron and partly of clay. As you looked, a stone was cut out by no human hand, and it struck the image on its feet of iron and clay, and broke them in pieces. Then the iron, the clay, the bronze, the silver, and the gold all together were broken in pieces, and became like the shaft of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, so that not a trace of them could be found. But the stone that struck the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. So this is the dream that King Nebuchadnezzar had. And let me go back up a little bit. Because in this passage, Daniel tells him this image was mighty and of exceeding brightness, stood before you, and its appearance was frightening. So it says that the appearance of this image was mighty and of exceeding brightness, and its appearance was frightening. Oh my goodness, the king was terrified when he saw this image. Okay, so as for now, the king says, okay, so, the king didn't say nothing. Matter of fact, the king was like, okay, so that's the dream that I had. Now, can you tell me the interpretation of the dream? Hold tight, because it's starting to get good, y'all. Okay, this was the dream. Now, we will tell the king his interpretation. You, O king, the king of kings, to whom the God of heaven has given the kingdom, the power, and the might, and the glory, and into whose hand he has given wherever they dwell the children of the man, the beasts of the field, and the birds of the heavens, making you rule over them all. You are the head of the gold. You are the head of gold. Another kingdom, inferior to you, shall rise after you, and yet a third kingdom of bronze, which shall rule over all the earth. And there shall be a fourth kingdom, strong as iron, because iron breaks to pieces and shatters all things. And like iron that crushes, it shall break and crush all things. And as you saw the feet and toes, partly of potter's clay and partly of iron, it shall be a divided kingdom. But some of the firmness of iron shall be in it, just as you saw iron mixed with the soft clay. And as for the toes of the feet, and as the toes of the feet were partly iron and partly clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly brittle. As you saw the iron mixed with soft clay, so they will mix with one another in marriage, but they will not hold together, just as iron does not mix with clay. And in the days of those kings, the God of heaven will set up a kingdom that shall never be destroyed, nor shall the kingdom be left to another people. It shall break in pieces all these kingdoms and bring them to an end, and it shall stand forever. Just as you saw that a stone was cut from a mountain by no human hand, and that it broke in pieces the iron, the bronze, the clay, the silver, the gold, a great God has made known to the king what shall be after this. The dream is certain, and its interpretation is sure. Then King Nebuchadnezzar fell upon his face and paid homage to Daniel, and commanded that an offering and incense be offered up to him. The king answered and said to Daniel, truly, your God is God of gods and Lord of lords, and the Lord of kings, and a revealer of mysteries, for you have been able to reveal this mystery. All glory, all honor be to God. Hallelujah. Woo, thank you, Jesus. Okay, so let me put it here to where we can understand it. Basically, Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, and he seen this huge image, right? It had a head, it had arms, it was a body. It had a head, it had arms, it had a body, it had thighs, legs, and feet. Now this image was of different things though. The head was gold, and I read off the different body parts of it. Some of it was bronze, some of it was silver, and some of it was made out of iron. Okay, so an important thing. When God speaks to us in dreams, he speaks to us in pictures, but it's a symbolism. It is deeper than what meets the eye. So when God showed Nebuchadnezzar this body that was made of all these different types of metals and clay and things like this, it scared him, but he still didn't understand what it meant. So basically, this body that God showed Nebuchadnezzar was of kingdoms that was ruling on earth at the time. So what happens is a stone cut by no human hand struck the image, and the whole image fell, shattered, just crushed to pieces. It was crushed. It was crushed. It was over with. So it says that same stone became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. Okay. So in our terms, this is what happened. So the body, the image of the image that he's seen was of all the kingdoms that was on the earth. So the stone that struck the kingdoms down would be the kingdom. It said that God was raising up, God was going to set up a kingdom that shall never be destroyed, nor shall the kingdom be left to another person. It shall break in pieces all these other kingdoms and bring them to an end, and it shall stand forever. So the stone that struck all these kingdoms is going to be the kingdom of God that is going to strike down all these other kingdoms. So the kingdom that God is raising up is going to strike down all these false kingdoms. The kingdom that God is going to raise up, that God is raising up right now, his children, us, the Christians, the church. We are going to overthrow all of our enemies. Because we are with the true and living God. So God was warning Nebuchadnezzar beforehand about this. And as you can see, in Daniel chapter 2, let me find it. Verse 45, it says, the dream is certain and its interpretation is sure. So Daniel is assuring him that the kingdom of God, that God is raising up, is going to crush the head of our enemies. Every kingdom that does not